you want to hide? Okay. Crazy. That's better, I think. Okay. Okay. Hi everyone. So welcome to another live stream. Live cooking. We're making dinner again. For anybody who doesn't know, I do live stream cooking every evening. Yeah, I'm just showcasing meal preparation basically. So if this is something that interests you, maybe you can subscribe to our channel and help us grow the channel. Thank you so much. And yeah, keep it locked. Today we're making some very simple meal for dinner. Nothing complicated. I don't know if anybody... Ooh, that was horrible. Amazing. To wash the food there. Damn. What? What? The door?
What?
The door. Ooh, I almost slid off my own finger. Not good. So basically today we are making some stewed beef and veggies on the side plus rice. So like I said, every day, no matter what I'm cooking, I have to make veggies on the side because veggies are also just as important as everything else. Yeah, and I would encourage a lot of people to just eat their vegetables. Yeah. So also what we are also trying to do here is maybe inspire your meals at home. Maybe you want to cook, you have all the ingredients in the fridge and you don't know what you want to cook. So maybe this would be a nice way to think about it. Yeah, so not a lot, but yeah, it will cover, it will work. So I know there are a lot of people who don't know what to actually cook when the evening comes, and sometimes people struggle with that. I have had a lot of people who tell me I have food, but thinking about what I want to cook just exhausts me. So yeah. And also I'm going to show you nice ways of making meals so that they're not, you know, the way sometimes you cook and you get exhausted with eating, you're like, I don't want to eat, it's the same thing every day. I'm just trying to inspire your menu, your home menu, so stick around for that as well. Yeah. Also, while you're watching, please just subscribe to the channel. It will mean a lot to me and to us. Also, another thing that I keep emphasizing on, since we're making rice, a lot of people struggle with the measurement of water and how much do they put in. Is it too much? Is it too little? Will the rice come out crunchy and not well cooked? So my secret is simple. It's not a secret anymore anyway, because I've been saying it throughout the entire life since I started. So whatever you've used to measure your rice, you make double the water of the same measurement. Like I'm going to use this to measure my rice that I'm cooking. So if I put 1 cup of rice, I'm going to do 2 cups of water and maybe a slight bit, like a quarter bit of water more, just for the doubt, just in case, you know. Yeah. And if I do 2, then I'm going to put 4 cups of water. So yeah, that's basically it. There's no secret, there's nothing hidden there. So let's move on to the rice. So how I like to cook my rice, I put some water. I've already put 4 glasses of water, so I'm going to add some oil. Then I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add some salt in there. Yep. And then my favorite spice to put on rice, I don't know about you, but mine is cumin. So I use cumin on the rice because I just love the aroma of cumin, and I'm a spicy new kind of person. And cumin is not like the burning spice, it's more of an aroma spice. So yeah. So I'm gonna just put a tiny bit on the tablespoon, yeah. And I spilled some there, so I just put it back in. Basically that's it. So then the next thing is I'm just gonna taste if the salt that I put was enough. Yeah. Okay. So next is the salt, and since it hasn't diluted yet, I always use this blending thing to make it dilute faster, so that I know before the meal is cooked, like instead of turning it around with a spoon. Yeah. So I'm basically just mixing the water. I'm not touching the blending thing on the bottom because it might peel the coat in the pot. So yeah, let me take them now. Yep, it's fine. Yep, it's what I was looking for. So the next thing I'm gonna do quickly is I'm gonna wash the rice immediately. I'm not going to wait for the water to boil because remember I did not soak my rice, so there's no need for me to actually wait for the water to boil. That is just wasting more of the water. So yeah, so basically I'm just gonna measure it. 2 cups, then wash it, then immediately just turn it inside the pot. That's it. That's actually it. So I measured 2 cups. Yeah, and if 2 cups is a lot for you, you can just do like 1 cup. I always don't like making lunch, so whatever I cook for dinner is what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Yeah, so I get exhausted thinking about cooking all the time. Well, you can do the same if you'd like, but it's my thing, so it's okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some water in the rice for rinsing. I'm trying to use the cup because some of it is stuck inside the cup. Yeah, so my target is not for the water that I've put on the pot to boil. It's just that I put it. I just covered it so that maybe it can start warming up. Basically, even if you put it when it's cold, it still does the trick. So that's fine. Yeah. But what is important is you wash your rice. Please wash your rice. Yeah, like just for hygiene reasons and anything in between. You might not know where the rice came from, but also you might know, but like all the due process must have been followed, but still for hygiene reasons you're supposed to wash the rice. There are people who just turn the rice from the packet directly inside the water. I don't advise that. I mean, you really don't know how many people walked on the rice, so I'm not saying they did, but like from the farm to the factory to your table, yeah, it has gone through a lot. Yeah, so basically I'm done with the rinsing, and you rinse and then you separate the water with the rice. So after that, this is how it looks like. Back to the bowl. So I'm just gonna turn it in here. Also, if you're like a more spicy kind of person, maybe you're trying to make some rice with spice, like what is this rice called? Biryani or what do we call that rice? Oh my God, there's this spicy rice that Costarians love to make in Kenya. Yeah. I've forgotten the name, my lord, it just came out, like it left me completely. So yeah, if you are like a spicy rice kind of person, you can do more than just cumin, but for now, because I have other meals and they're going to have spices as well, I don't want to like confuse my tongue too much. So usually I just focus on the rice being a simple spiced one. Yeah. But there's always room for improvement. If you find a spice that excites you, you can actually add to it. So the next thing I'm going to do while I wait for the rice to cook is I'm going to peel all my veggies. The ones that you're peeling, like the carrots, I'm just going to peel it really fast. And there are people who just wash the carrot and just like cut it. Well, I don't know, but I'm not those people. So if you're that person, it's okay. I don't judge you, but the food comes from the farm and it has gone through several hands, and like you just have to put that in consideration. So basically, this is what I do. I peel the outer cover. Yep. Yeah, it's coming off nicely, and you have to check it because the carrot cover is not like a thick one, so you might miss some spots. You have to also remove the bottom part and the upper part because these are like parts that are exposed outside. Basically, everything you're doing is for hygiene purposes, so I don't want you saying like I cooked dirty meals and you got sick because you followed what I was cooking. It would be very unfortunate for that to happen. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this cucumber. Ooh, oh, that's strange. It's really bad. It releases some gelish. I think that's part of the system. Its system, yeah. Okay, so this one I like to cut them in like big sizes and then cut them in cubes. And for the outer cover, I only remove parts that have been like interfered with, like scratched or something. Other than that, I've already washed it, so yeah. So I'm gonna clear this so I can use it. Basically, while you're in the kitchen, hygiene is very important. So you don't want to give people food poisoning like at home. So you have to be maintaining those cleaning standards as well, because you're the one handling the food. It's like a general rule, but yeah. So that was that. This was a whole it has this jelly sticky coming from it, and it looks like the banana sticky thing as well, but it's just gel. Or this is just gel. It has no color turning or anything. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my carrots. Be careful not to chop your finger. Yeah. And what I do with my veggies after is I like to steam them. I boil water. I boil water and I pass them through it. Because by the time I'm cooking them, I don't want them to be overcooked, like to lose their original color. So I just boil water and I pass them through more like I'm steaming them in hot water. And then I take them out. And then I fry them at the last minute because I've noticed that when I fry them before other meals, they lose the color actually. And that is the one thing I try to avoid while I was boiling, while I was steaming them. We also have our last broccoli, our last cauliflower that was left. I've been really economical with them because I've been told it's not the season, so they are a bit expensive. Yeah, also because I can't just cook all of them at once. Like the one bunch, it's too much for one, so I try to manage that as well. Just like manage what you're cooking, because sometimes when I have lunch and it's like too much, I have to again have leftovers, which becomes like a lot for me, and I don't want that. So our rice is really fighting for the price over there. Yeah, it's like a steam engine. So I'm just gonna cut these other onions that I'm gonna add. And now we're done. The next thing I need to do is I need to grate tomato. I like my tomato grated. I don't know about you, but I feel like it's the easiest way for tomatoes to actually blend in the food. Like when you cut them with a knife, they don't blend as much, and when you grate them, they become part of the stew, and that is really amazing. So I'm just gonna, it's really huge. It's a huge tomato. So I'm just gonna blend it. I'm just gonna grate it, sorry. I'm just gonna grate it, but first I have to cut it into half because it's big. So yeah, so I'm gonna take this part and I use this part of the grater. Yes. So I'm just gonna go down, up and down, and be careful with your finger because you might find it in the stew. Just kidding, but true, you might find it in the stew if you're not careful. So all I do is just press it on that while I go up and down. Basically, this is how I'm holding it, okay? To avoid injuries. Yes. So I'm just gonna go down until I feel like it's done on the skin part of the tomato. Yeah, and then I'm gonna turn on the parts that haven't really gone down, and I'm going to do the same thing again. So I do this until like I am left with a cover that has no fleshy part of the tomato. So like this, that's all I'm left with, and from there I can't go any further because I'm gonna hurt myself. The next thing I'm gonna do is grate the other half because I need this for the stew. Okay, almost done. I like to get my ingredients for the meals ready before starting to cook, because once I start cooking, the pan might be too hot, the fire is getting too high, the food is burning, nothing is ready, it's just a mess. So I like to put things like rice that have no like too much maintenance. I just put them on to just keep cooking while I do the rest of the things. So yeah, so I like to get my ingredients ready. It's the easiest way to make meals. Also, it saves you a lot of time. Like when you start cooking now, you can't stop. You just keep going and you finish everything all together at once. So like right now, even if I had like 2 pans on the stove, I would be stressed because I know I can manage the 2. Yeah, so I'm done with that. The rice smells amazing, by the way. It smells amazing.
Okay, so basically it's the first rice that I've found here that has an aroma. It's called jasmine, and apparently it's not just from one company. You can find it in different companies have it. So yeah, different rice companies, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna finish up with this tomato. Ooh. Okay. So this is what we do. The rice is really, really amazing. The aroma is everywhere. It's giving me goosebumps as a food enthusiast. So I wish you could smell it from where you're watching. But unfortunately, technology hasn't made it that far yet. Let's be thankful for having phone already. Let's be thankful for having phone for now. Yeah. By the time we get to where we can actually have people smell what we are cooking, the aroma reaches them, maybe that would be the future, too far in the future. For now, you can just watch and buy the jasmine rice if you're in Europe. So yeah, basically that's it. So I'm done with the grater. Everything I finish with, I clean, I put it back. So that by the time I'm done with cooking, everything is clean, except the dishes that I'm using to eat. So I'm just gonna place this here, and I'm gonna clean that part. So another thing about cooking rice is sometimes you feel like it has started sticking at the bottom, and the upper, the top layer is still like watery. All you can do about this is just use a spoon to create like some gaps so that all the layered water goes down, finds their way down. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now, because it's showing signs of the water remaining up, and the bottom is, let's find out, sticky, I guess. Yep, it's all sticky. So you're just gonna make way. Be careful with the spoon and the pot. Don't scratch the pot. Just lightly open, poke holes. I mean, if I say poking, I know you're gonna start it like this, but like just open it like this, and the water will find its way down. Another thing you need to do is reduce the heat. Yes, reduce the heat. So that's all I do. And the cover, I'm using the cover because, so I'm going to reduce the heat from 6 to 4. So the cover, I'm using it because it helps the top layer part of the rice actually soak in the moisture. Otherwise, without it, the top layer would be crunchy. Yes. So, yeah, I need to separate my onions. This ones. I need to put them here. The next thing I need to do is warm the water for the veggies. Yeah, the steaming water. So when it gets to a boil, I just pass them through, and then I set them aside to fry them after I have fried everything. After I've cooked the beef, that's when I'm going to do that. Otherwise, the veggies are going to turn and lose their color, and that's not what I'm looking for. So while you continue to cook, just keep reducing the heat. So now I've moved from 4 to maybe a 3 or a 2. Yeah, so you keep reducing up to the point where you now have to turn it off, and it has to cook with only the heated part of the stove. So yeah, the next thing, I want to boil some water for our veggies, and the next part we're going to use. It's going to take a lot of time. So that is our water for the veg. Remember, I'm not boiling the veggies, I'm boiling the water, and I'm going to pass the veggies through it. Also, it helps to actually maybe remove some hidden germs or anything from the cauliflower, because it's like a stuck veg.
I also did it with the broccoli that I've been using. Yeah, so it's a nice way to get things cleaned up. Yeah, so the next thing I'm gonna cut is my coriander, which is the green thing that you see. Coriander is a spice. It's like a spice that you add, that you garnish your meal with. So it's something that you put at the very end of your cooking. So since this is done, okay, so I'm gonna turn on the third stove edge, and this is where I'm gonna transfer the water because I want to start cooking my beef, because the boiling water will take a lot of our time and we don't want to waste time. We want our meals all to cook at the same time and be ready at the right time. Especially if you have like 3 or 4 cooking areas, you can do it. That's literally the reason why I do my cutting, my preparations all at once, so that I just take from that. Yeah, so we are going to be cooking the beef here. I just need this to heat, then I can add the oil, then we can do in our beef. So let's wait for that to heat up. In the meantime, I need to cut the coriander. Yep, that's the coriander. I don't know if you guys know about it, but this is how a fresh coriander leaf looks like. So if you have seen this in the market, please buy it. Just ask them, is that coriander, and buy it. It's something that you put on top of your meals after, like a stew. Even if you add it to the veg, it brings that aroma. So it's good either way. Yeah, so it's great either way. So basically, I'm just gonna pick the ones that don't look like they can make it through tomorrow, because this coriander was really hard to find, and when I finally found it, I was so excited. So I've been picking it like one by one, slowly. Like I've been taking out the ones that have turned too yellow, the ones that can't survive, the ones that are too dead. I throw them out. Yeah, because they're gonna spoil the rest. Yes, our rice is drying up slowly, which is the plan. So the more it dries up, the more you turn off the heat, because you don't want it to stick at the bottom and become too crunchy, like too dried up. So I'm gonna keep the rest of this coriander for our next meal, maybe tomorrow. But so far, I've really been economical with it. I've used it for quite some time now. Yeah, even the veggies that I bought, I finished them. I finished it like, I ate some of it. We ate some of it yesterday for dinner. If anybody was there that watched, when we did the spicy pork stew with some veggies and ugali. Yeah. So I used some of it yesterday. It's a really nice spice. I mean, sometimes it comes in like dry spice, but it never tastes the same. It never has that spicy smell that it has when it's fresh. It's a really, really nice spice. Just when you go to the market, just ask for coriander. It's called coriander. Yeah. Maybe if you're in Kenya or some African-speaking country, you would say dania. Swahili speaking, you would say dania, but it's just coriander. So our pan for the beef is ready, and our rice is done drying, so I've turned off the heat altogether. So next thing we're doing is this. Who is doing that? I let you decide. So I'm going to try not to put too much oil in my meals. I mean, it's okay to add, but after you put too much, you can't take it back. Yes, the sizzling time, the sizzling sound of the beef.
for anybody wondering why I'm putting the beef directly in the pan, the beef from here is not hard, so it just cooks. It's not that tough. You don't need to boil it. And then I'm just going to spread it through the oil in the pan, so it can all cook at the same time. Leave this here. The leaf that was lightening, I don't know, it's raining hard. So, look how I this. Remember, we are eating as we move, so that by the time we are done, we don't have any dirty plate, any dirty chopping board, nothing. Just food that is ready to be eaten and the plate that we serve in. That is the only thing you're supposed to have after the end of the cooking. After you finish cooking, you're only supposed to have the plate that is eaten in. That's it. Nothing extra. So always just try to rinse as you go, clean up as you move. Yeah. So once you use the plate to use for ingredients or anything, just rinse it up. Makes your work very easy. So like I mentioned, our rice is ready. Boiling water for the veggie is not yet ready. That's literally why I decided to start making the beef. So it was going to take a bit of time because it's the water that is boiling so fast. Yeah. In the meantime, this is all your recipe. A lot of this is going to the beef. The veggie usually I just use like onions to fry it because I don't like wasting the tomato or using like tomato on both veggie and the stew. I feel like it's a waste. Economically, it's a waste because at the end of the day, they're all gonna end up in your stomach and you won't have it. So what's the point? So while you cook, just make sure you're turning the beef because now it has started turning. Just make sure both sides are turned brown. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm turning everything and basically that's it. Okay, so almost all of them have been turned upside down. And It is good. So I'm just gonna let the other side also fry up. So yeah. Felix is asking, is it Felix or Phoenix? Is asking, what are you making? I'm making rice, beef stew, and some side veggies. Yes, that's what we're making for today. Yeah. Okay. So our water is ready for the veggies. We're just gonna turn everything in. Arrange the plate. Remember, we're not boiling it, we're stewing it, so I'm taking it all out. As soon as I put it in, the sooner I take it out. So. Okay. Okay. So I love it when they retain their original color. That's why I don't like them overcooked. That's how veggies should be. Yeah, when they're overcooked, they become soggy, unpresentable. I'm a food lover, so I care about how food looks like. Not just how it's cooked, but how it's presented as well. So if you stick around, you're going to see how we plate it. You will enjoy your meals if you start paying attention to every detail of how you make your food. So yeah, this is how it looks like now. Very colorful, that's what I want. I want it to retain that color. So that's why I can't just like cook it now. It's gonna lose the color. So this is the water that I've washed it in, and as you can see, it has some color in it. Yeah, that's what we're trying to clean up. So we're good with that for now. We're going to fry the veggies at the very end when everything else is ready. That's when we're gonna fry it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna wash the pot that I've just placed them in. Yeah, including the spoon that I used to sieve it with. That's two. And also check up on our beef. Make sure it's not burning on one side. So yeah, I feel like it's nice now. It has gotten to what I was looking for. So I'm just gonna turn it up all together now because both sides have been given a fair chance. And moving them together like this helps the parts that were not on the pan to actually touch the pan. Okay. So while that is happening, I'm going to finish up with rinsing this oil. So the secret is you clean as you move. Yeah. By the time you're done cooking, you have no dirty dishes except the ones you're using for eating and for serving. Those are the only ones you're supposed to be left with. Yeah. So that is how I keep my kitchen clean. And it removes a lot of traffic. Like even when I say like I'm tired today, I don't want to do the dishes, I just look at the sink and I'm like, there are two. You can do them in 5 minutes. Yeah, depending on how many people you have in your house. Yeah, like they could be 5 because it's not like you're washing the pots as well because they have like leftover food. But alternatively, if they have like very little meals that you can change into a container, then I advise that you do that because it's gonna save you time tomorrow to wash. Yeah, so that is done. Let's move back to our beef. So the first thing I'm gonna put in, yeah, is the onions. Okay, I'm gonna put like half of them because I don't need so much for the veggies. I'm gonna turn our beef, put it down. Yeah. We're trying for our tomatoes to reach the pan to the bottom and also that the beef stops burning and lets the tomatoes cook. Yeah, so we want to give that a bit of time. It doesn't have to turn brown or anything. We're just going to give it some time to soak in, basically. When it has finally retained the oil, then we can add something else, which is basically the tomatoes. I'm keeping it very simple. Yeah, tomatoes. Yeah, so the onions are kind of soaked into the oil. Yeah. The next thing we need to do is add the tomatoes, which is our very tasty, smooth tomato. It's going to bring a lot of stew to the beef, and that's a nice thing. So if you're like cooking for 2 or 3 people, you don't need to add too much water to create the soup. This is enough for you. And then I'm going to tell you the final trick after this, so this cooks up a bit. So yeah, the tomatoes are actually juicy, so it's a good thing. And together with the juice that's in the beef and the onions, we're just going to like bring it all out. So another thing that you need to do while you're cooking when you add the tomatoes is add some salt. It's going to help soften up the tomatoes faster rather than waiting for it to like cook the whole time. So I always add some salt. Yep. So there we go. Okay. So just added that so that the tomatoes can cook faster. And we can move with this. Okay. So while that cooks, I have something that I always add to beef stews and it makes them taste amazing. This is oyster sauce. Okay, so I know it's oyster sauce and apparently you're supposed to put it on oysters, but you can still put it even on veggies. So oyster sauce adds flavor to my beef, and I would like for you guys to also try it. Like if you're making beef and sometimes you feel like it's not as tasty as you want it to be, try adding oyster sauce. Yeah, even if you have like added extra soup for like water, it still helps the stew thicken. So oyster sauce. Okay. So now that our tomatoes are cooked and they're soaked in the food, Also, you're only supposed to add this at the very final minute, unless you have like so much soup that you're trying to like reduce it. Okay? I'm gonna just taste this. Yeah, the salt is fine. So, oyster salt. Just a little bit because it's expensive. Yep, that's enough. And you're just gonna turn it around. Depending on the size of your meal, you can add some more or you can reduce. And you will notice that the minute you add it, your stew automatically thickens. Yes, because it has some thickening agents into it. So, yeah. Your stew automatically moves from liquid to thickness. Literally, immediately. I'm not even joking. So yeah. The next thing I like to add to bring on the spiciness is black pepper, which I'm gonna put like very little of it, okay? And the next thing is the hot and sweet, this one, hot and sweet sauce. Yes, your tongue will thank you. I think your stomach will thank you too, but not the way your tongue will. So this one you're also not putting like too much, just a little bit. And it's Thai hot and sweet, so you know it's the thing, it's the real deal. Yeah. So honestly, from here, our beef just needs to stay a little bit, like literally less than 5 minutes. Woo. That almost burnt my hand, but fine. Yeah, so the next thing we're going to be cooking is the veg. As you can see, that went very fast because, first of all, we had our ingredients ready. We had started with the things that did not need to wait. Yes, so things like those save you time in the kitchen and you can actually finish on time. And your kids don't have to wait until like they're sleepy and say they will eat tomorrow. No, you can cook all at the same time. I currently have one child. He calls me babe. Yeah, so unlike everybody else who has like maybe 2 kids, I don't know guys, but this makes things very easy for me. I cut ingredients ready. I start with the things that don't need to wait for ingredients. Yes. Any meal that doesn't need to wait for ingredients should be cooking while we're chopping ingredients for other meals. So, okay. So remember also the cleaning as you go. Yeah, so our beef is ready. And I'm just gonna put my chopping board over here and show you how it looks like and how the stew looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like. The stew is thicker. You see it? Yeah, I didn't add any water. You saw me cook this thing. I didn't add any water. So all the water came from the sauce, the onions, the tomatoes. That was it. So this is where the coriander comes in. You put it at the final minute because it has this aroma that it adds to the meal and you don't want it to cook. Yes, so this is how it looks after the coriander. Amazing, right? I know. Also, I'm not going to cover it. I'm just going to leave it like that until I serve. The next thing we're going to cook is the veggies. And you already know this because you are fluent too. So yeah, I'm going to need slightly. Yeah, so I'm just going to put that there. Okay. And it is those with detachable handles. So we're just going to connect it with some oil. Like I said, with veggies, I don't do too much. I just do onions, oil, veg. extra thing I might do, maybe spices like black pepper or anything else in between. You can even put cumin, by the way, but I like them with black pepper. You can do something different and put cumin or cinnamon or anything, but it's fine. Okay? Either way, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. If you made it all the way to here, you're doing great. Also, please guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm really trying to grow this channel, and your subscription is really, really appreciated. So, as you can see, I'm still cleaning as I go. This is a rule in hospitality, by the way. You clean as you go. You literally clean everything you've used before you're done with what you're doing. So everything keeps moving in order. Yeah. The kitchen smells amazing. The house smells amazing. All the aromas that are in this room. I wish I could transfer them to wherever you are and wherever you're watching us from. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I can't. But our oil seems to be ready, so we're going to add the onions all together, the remaining ones. Yep. And after we do that, we're going to wash this, because the washing never ends. Yes, so we clean, we move, we clean as we move. So I'm gonna sieve my veggie, and I think I should use this because I don't want to make anything else dirty. Just to remove the water from the veggie. Because by the time I'm dumping it in the oil, I need it to be dry. Okay, doing great, did amazing. So with my onions for the veg, I don't need it to turn because at some point when I'm going to warm it, it might turn browner than that, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to add the veg. It's very colorful, and I like that. That's what I was trying for it not to lose, the colorful nature of it. That's why I steamed it, so that it can be half cooked. Yes, half cooked and clean. Completely clean and half cooked. Yeah. So also I like them when they are still crunchy. If you don't like them crunchy, you can leave them on the pot a little longer than I'm doing. Yeah. Or you can when you're submerging them in the hot water, you can give them some time. You can leave it there for a bit of time. They will be softer the way you want them. Also, like if you're feeding them to kids, maybe you need to cook them longer because they need to be soft. Yeah. And then going to add some salt. Like I said, black pepper. And I'm not going to use the fine grind black pepper that I came with from Kenya, which is also super spicy because I used it for the beef. I'm going to use this one that I actually crush. And the black pepper from here is not as spicy as the ones from Africa. So don't be disappointed when you actually do this. So it's going to be coarse, crushed, and it has that coarse texture. Yeah, don't worry, it has a cover up here. So I also don't need this to be like too much. That's enough. Okay. Because we're not trying to make the veggie spicy. We're just trying to make it tasty and like exciting to the tongue. And we're going to just keep cutting it like this. Giving 5-star meals. Imagine having 5-star meals at home. Would you ever go to a restaurant? I know you would. But once in a while, just like enjoy making your food. Love making your food. Present yourself like the customer you've been Like the way you go to a restaurant and you're treated like royalty. Just do that for yourself too at home. Cook meals that you actually enjoy and like present them in a way that excites you, that excites your eyes, that makes you want to eat. Okay? There are people who are like, I don't feel like eating today because it's always the same old shape. Like, try cooking in a different way and see how that changes. Really, literally. Yeah. So, our veggie is literally done. I'm not gonna waste this. I'm sorry, I ate from the floor. Not a good thing. Okay, so our veggie is ready. I've turned off the heat. Remember what I said about coriander? You add it in the last minute. Okay? And literally everything is now ready. All that is left to do is serve. We're gonna serve. Guys, we are going to serve. And look at that, it has been only 1 hour. We are doing great. So stick around, see how we present our meals to the table, to ourselves, without waiting for somebody else to make us enjoy cooking and enjoy eating. Yeah. You just cook something sweet and small. Like if you're cooking for 2 people or 3 people, you don't need to put too much water in your beef to make it runny. You're killing the vibe. Yeah, so let's do the rice. Yep, it's not bad. Yeah, so I know you go to restaurants and you're like, oh, my meal looks so nice. Have you ever cooked for yourself in a way that you'd like to be served in a restaurant? Try that. You will love cooking. You will love eating. You will love seeing your food in front of you. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to pick up is this veggie. It looks amazing, guys. Let's see those colors. Yes, it looks great. So the next thing I'm going to pick up is the veggie. Yeah. Remember, my beef had stew, very thick stew, and I did not add any water. Nil, you guys watched me cook it. There was no water that you saw me add. Nothing. So try doing that at home. Try making your meals as tasty as you want them to be. Okay? Just as tasty as you'd like them to be served in a restaurant, try that, but from home, and see how your whole meal changes and you start enjoying food more, you start to want to cook more, and it's basically like treating yourself how you like to be treated, like literally, okay? So this is our beef. It's very tasty, guys. The stew is thick. There was no water added to this. Everything from this beef came from the ingredients that were used to cook it. So take a look at that. Look at that. Let me just give you a minute to just go through it. You see how thick the stew is? And also remember there was no water added to it. Yeah, so we have our beef over here. Yeah, remember, it has oyster sauce and hot and sweet sauce. Everything else was tomatoes and onions. That was it. And then we have our mixed veggies over here, coriander, cauliflower, and carrots. That was it. Cooked with onions, plain. And some black pepper was in it. Yes, there was also some black pepper on the beef, and the rice was cooked with cumin. The rice has some cumin in it, oil, cumin, and salt. That was it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Look at how nice that food looks like.
Can I say something?
Look at how nice that food looks like. My husband wants to say something. Okay?
Hello.
Hi. Stop it. Okay, so.
Did you see that your brother's thing 5th time?
Really?
Yeah.
Yash, are you here? Oh, my brother was here. Hi, Alton. I'm sorry, I didn't notice. Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm cooking. Yay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you keep this going. I hope you guys try making these meals from home. Thank you for keeping us company. For those that have subscribed, thank you so much. For those that haven't, please do subscribe. And let me see you tomorrow on another live stream, just like this, in the evening and during the day, fitness live stream. Bye. Have a good night. Ciao.